Good morning to everyone present here. Welcome to our webinar titled Understand the Considerations While Migrating to Sitecore. I'm Abhilash and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar. As we begin, I want to take you through a few indicators so that we can interact better during the webinar. What you are looking at is the attendee interface of GoToWebinar. As you see, there's also a viewer window on the left. This window will show you everything that we will be sharing from our screen. You also have access to a control panel which is on the right hand side from where you can type in queries and share your comments. We will be reviewing your questions as they come in and we'll take them up towards the end during the question and answer session. The webinar is also being recorded and everyone will receive an email with a link to view the recording of today's event. To begin with, I would like to introduce you to our company, Suyati Technologies. Suyati provides marketing technology and integration services for companies that wish to combine the best of the breed solutions and create a unified approach to customer acquisition. We enable system integration between various CMS and CRM platforms and a slew of e-commerce, marketing automation, social media listening, email and social marketing, and customer service systems. Suyati's custom technology solutions have been deployed in companies in the US, Western Europe, and Australia, and have helped many enterprises leverage the web, cloud, mobile technologies to acquire customers through integrated digital marketing. We have strategic partnerships with various technological giants such as Salesforce CRM, Sitefinity, and MongoDB. We are also a Microsoft certified gold partner. Suyati is based in Chicago with product engineering capability out of the US and India. Suyati's expertise in Sitecore CMS helps create unified digital experiences to engage customers while providing enterprises with measurable business results. By combining content and commerce with multi-channel marketing, we can enable a potent digital experience delivery platform for customers spread across the globe. Suyati's repertoire of Sitecore expertise includes, but is not restricted to, integration with different services, CMS migration, customization, e-commerce, and leveraging the Sitecore Digital Experience Cloud. Now, I would like you to get introduced to our featured speaker. Our speaker for today is A.B. Joseph. A.B. Joseph is currently working as a software developer at Suyati Technologies. He is a Sitecore certified professional developer and holds the Actron On-Demand Developer version 8.5 training certification. He has tremendous experience in Actron, APServer, Sitecore, and Sitefinity. His other areas of expertise include HTML, JavaScript, jQuery, web services, and web APIs. He has also participated in Great Indian Developer Summit at Bangalore in April 2015. Now, talking about our social media tags, you can use the hashtags and handles to post questions, follow us, or even tag us. Now, I would like to pass it over to AB, who will walk you through a very quick demo of our agenda of the day. Over to AB.
Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you for the introduction. So welcome you guys again to the webinar. So let's have a look what we have for today's webinar. We'll start off with planning your license. It will be all about how you can decide the kind of license that you have to get from Sitecore. And then we will we'll look upon training your content editors, because obviously we are the webinar is all about migrating from a CMS to another. So the content editors must be trained and educated with the kind of editors that you have in Sitecore. Then we look upon structuring your content. It's basically to identify how structured your contents are, and if they are not structured, we'll look upon how we can structure them in the new solution. And then the next point, which is a question: is your site modular? How modular your site is? It's not how you can create a modular website in Sitecore. and then we'll look upon including a workflow, and finally end the session with the final topic, which is third-party integration. Before I start, I would like to give a little introduction on the features that the latest Sitecore CMS has. They claim to have built the platform with flexibility in mind, both for those interested in their marketing leading web content management system, or those who want to use a Sitecore to manage the entire customer experience. Basically, a CMS is meant to help a concerned person in seamlessly managing the content in the site. Sitecore furnishes this definition so good that it requires very little effort to teach or make the user adapt to this new CMS. The UIs are so user-friendly that I personally feel that the icons are placed in the most obvious places where a user will be looking for. Talking about the features that Sitecore 8.1, which is the latest version, provides, there are reusable content, seamless multi-site management, multi-lingual content support. You can create your website in different languages. An enterprise class search is also provided, and it has an in-session personalization, which is oriented towards delivering the right content to the right users, and which in turn increases the chance of conversion, and yes, the list goes on. There was just a little info on what Sitecore is and what its features are. Well, not all the features, but the features that I felt are catchy. So with this webinar, we are actually trying to bring under limelight few points that you can take into consideration when you are migrating your site to Sitecore, regardless of whichever CMS you are migrating from, or even if it's not a CMS solution. So let's begin with planning your license. The very first point that we are going to look is about planning your license. Obviously, we need to get ourselves a like-for-like license as we have in the existing solution. You might even want to add few features into the license or remove few features. So basically, to understand or make out an idea about what all features the new license is supposed to have. So it's kind of pretty important that you first understand and review the type of current CMS license, the output of which will be the list of unwanted, wanted, and new features to be added to the license. This will in turn help you choose a Sitecore license that meets all your business needs. And thus, the new Sitecore license may be radically different from the legacy CMS license. Now, to review your current license, track down the purchase agreement and subsequent renewals, and finally approach a Sitecore customer care with the details of the existing license and the new addable features which you have figured out. And he will assist you in selecting a appropriate license for you. Moving on to our next topic, which is all about how easy your new CMS is to your content editor. So obviously, like I said, we are moving on to a new CMS, and which has a very good editor. It's got a variety of editors inside it. So your editors have to be trained about these features. This is all about training the end users in using the content editor which Sitecore provides. Every CMS that I know of provides rich content editors. In the case of Sitecore, this CMS provides us a rich set of controls under the name Experience Editor. The Experience Editor is a WYSIWYG editor, which means what you see is what you get kind of editor, that allows you to easily make changes to items directly on the page, so you can edit all the items that are visible on the page, which can be text, graphics, logos, image, link, and anything that is available on the page. I'll just demo you a few features of the Sitecore editors. So this is our site. Let me just log into the Sitecore's Launchpad. So you can edit your content through Content Editor or your Experience Editor. Let's go into Content Editor. The Content Editor gives you a raw format of the content that you have created. See, if you go in, this is just a raw contact of a contactor's form, which has a page header, a page title, intro. So this is just a raw data. On the other hand, if you go into Experience Editor, this is where you can edit your page inline. You can just go into the page and place your cursor. If that particular content it has been designed by the developer to be edited, you can edit it right away. Now, there are different kinds of fields that have been rendered on the site. The one is a simple text field. This field can only contain simple text such as single line and multi-line text, dates, links, etc. Which, for example, take this heading. You cannot actually change the font or size or the color of the image of the text. For that, you have another field called a rich text field. This field gives you more control over how the text appears on the web page. You can edit a rich text field directly on the page or open the rich text editor to get to more formatting functionalities. Basically, Sitecore provides us a set of editors which depends on the features they provide. I'll show you the editors which are provided by Sitecore. For that, I'll go into the Visual Studio, and you can see it in your core database, which has all the settings of the website. So it's under a Sitecore system settings and HTML edit profile. So you can see 4 different types of editors which are already available. So by default, it will be having a rich text default editor. I can show you the rich text default editor. So this is what you get from a rich text default editor. You get to edit, you get to bold the text, you can change it to italics, you can underline. So very few features comes under this editor. To have more features, you can actually go for a rich text full. A rich text full editor gives you the all the controls provided by Sitecore. To get this editor on your content, you have to specify the editor this content has to edit it. For that, you should go to content editor, and you can go to the template which the content is made of. Once you go into that content, so entry, that was a blog entry, so it was made of this template. You can assign the editor to that field in this template editor. All you have to do is change the editor to rich text. You will get this location from the tree structure itself. You can see so we can see this is the path to that editor. Sitecore system settings. Under that, you have to go to HTML editors and specify which editor you want to use. Now, if I go and reload the content again, and open the rich text editor, you should be able to see the full list of controls that are available with this editor. You can do many cut, copy, paste. You have different fonts, you have different font sizes, etc. A lot of things that comes under this. So basically you have 4 different sets of editors available that comes with Sitecore. Now another field that comes with Sitecore is your Word field. Word field. This field allows you to use Microsoft Word to edit the text. Depending on the configuration of your website, you can edit the Word field in Microsoft Word or directly on the page. But in most of the cases, since we have all the features available in the Word in the rich text editor, we can actually make use of the inline text editor instead of the Word field. And finally, you have the image field. Now, the image field can contain only images, the name itself indicates. In image field, you can change the image, modify the image appearance, or remove the image directly on the page. I'll give you a small demo on how it's done. Let me go to the Launchpad again. Go to the Experience Editor. So this is one blog that I've created. If I go inside the blog, I have an image over here. So when you click on the image, the page is still loading. Once it is loading, you should see the editable portions of that page. Let me just try load the page again. I guess it's taking too much time, but if you click on the image, you should be able to see three buttons with which you should be able to change this image with any other image that is available on the CMS. Or you can even change the settings of the image. For example, you can change the size of the image. You can reduce the size of the image. Or if you don't want the image at all, you can just get rid of it by clicking on the remove button. Let's move to our next topic, which is about chance to view your content. Your content structure. Anything that is structured is easy to manage. So if the current implementation of the site is not making use of structured content, now is a chance to structure them. Thus, a migration like this can be used to make use of such features that comes out of the box and makes life easier. This empowers the admin or the content editor to create streamlined, consistent content and let the templates developed rather render them the way you wish to. I can show you how you can actually uh, structure the content. So in Sitecore, we have something called data template. So you do not have any vague contents which, like we have in Ectron, which is just an HTML content. And here, you can only create structured templates. So if you want to create a content, the content needs to have its corresponding template in its place. I'll show an example of how a template looks like. So this is how a template looks like. This template has fields like country, which is a single line text, you have address field, you have email, you have phone, you have image. Now, why have I created these fields? This is a setup that I've created inside code. It has a contact us page. Let's think of a situation where this page was an HTML page. Now I have a setup in India. So I have a contact us details of this page. Now if I want to add another one more address to this page, you will have to, if it was an HTML page, you will have to go and seek help from your developers or your designers and stuff like that. But since I have created a structure with which you can create another contact object and then assign it, because my renderer has the capability to bring in all the contacts that I have created in the Sitecore into this page. So if I want to add another one more contact as information, I just have to go into the CMS, go to the content editor, and this is where I keep all my contact information. Go there and I'm going to create an instance of contact as template which I just showed. Let's say if I am going to have another location in US. So I'm going to give in the US, I'm going to give in demo US address, address, phone number, and you can browse an image which is, or you can upload a new image, or you can simply use one of the images which are already available with your CMS. You can also have browse through the images that are available in the tree. So I'm going to use this image. So you have a contact information tree. I'm going to save this. Now, once I save this, this is not going to the live. So I need to publish the website first. I'm going to do a smart publish. A smart publish will only publish the differences that has come up, the latest differences that has come up. I'm going to publish this site. If I go and reload the page, you have your second content. So I never wanted the help of a developer or a designer every time a new address comes. So that's how if your content is structured, it's going to make your life more easier. Moving on to our next topic, how modular your website is. So this is again another chance to review how modular your website is. Most of the CMSs have a feature wherein admins will be provided with a set of reusable controls which he or she can add to any page, to any of the pages designed for it. For example, in the case of Electron, there are widgets which are used to make your sites modular. Let's say if you have a contact us widget, you can place it in any number of pages. The admin has the freedom to place it anywhere in the page and in the provided areas. These widgets can be used and used with dynamic contents. I have seen many sites which doesn't make use of these utilities provided by the CMS, and usually they manage by showing some HTML content instead, which again is a tedious job. Like I mentioned earlier, you will have to go and seek a developer or design as well. On the other hand, Sitecore has this term called renderer, which can be used to modular your page with dynamic content. For example, let's take the case of a carousel. You can see a carousel here. If I go into admin mode and access the experience editor, you can see that I have added this as a renderer. Now, by this, we can use this renderer in another placeholders which have been designed by the developers. For example, let's go into the home page. This is the home page that I just showed you. Content, home page. Go into the design layout. So we can see I have added two renderers. One is your carousel, then your latest blog. We are talking about the carousel right now. So I can use this renderer in any of the pages that has a placeholder, making it reusable all the time. So these are that's one big advantage of making your site modular. You can use the module in different pages wherever the admin likes without the help of a developer or a technical person. Moving on to our next topic, which is including a workflow. Now, what is a workflow? When it comes to content creation, we can talk about it the whole day, but if we lack a procedure to maintain its quality and other stuff, the content may be of not much of use to the end users, which finally will end up in lesser conversions or whatever the goal is expected from the same. Now, this is where the term workflows come into picture. So basically, workflows are meant to manage your publishing activities through your CMS. If your content approval process just includes one person or say one or two steps, you might not need such a mechanism. But to have more complex procedure and to manage it effectively, including managing roles, publishing steps like drafting, reviewing, revising, approving, publishing, etc., you can make use of the feature that comes with a Sitecore, which is workflow. In the case of Sitecore, workflows are considered one of the key benefits of implementing CMS. Consider the case where there is just one marketer responsible for managing the content and several sources of content from various departments. Without workflow, or any such governance in place, he or she will not be able to monitor what the quality of the content is which is being shared in the live environment. So by this, I guess we have a clear understanding on why we need such a governing process in the place. Let's see how workflows work in Sitecore. Sitecore by default provides you a set of already defined workflows. I'll show you where you can find them. You have to go to system and you have the list of workflows available here. So let's go and make use of sample workflow. Let me just give you a brief intro on what sample workflow is showing on the screen right now. So it has got three states. One is in the draft state. So whenever a content editor comes and edits one or creates a content for the first time, it's in the draft state. And once he saves this, it goes to the awaiting approval state. And in the awaiting approval state, there will be few editors or reviewers who will have access to a tool called Workbox in Sitecore. So he will be able to see all the content which are in the approval state. And if he is happy with the content, he can actually go and approve the content, which will be then ready to be published. Unless and until then, the content will not be publishable. So a sample workflow has to have minimum of two steps, which one will be the initial step and the final one, which should be marked final. So only once the content passes through the final process will it be able to be published. Let's go try this on blogs. I have a template for blog. I've made use of a module called bblog that comes with the Sitecore marketplace, with the help of which I can just get all the blog features in very few steps. So entry is the template with which you create goals. You have a term called standard values. So these standard values are like your default values that are going to be assigned to the content when you create one. And if you go to the very bottom, you can see a place where you can assign your workflow. So let's go and assign the sample workflow that comes with Sitecore and save it. So once it is saved, let's go to the content editor and create a blog. So this is where I can create a new blog entry. Let's just create a test blog. Click OK. So you can see that the message, if you publish now, the selected version will not be visible on the website because it is not in the final workflow state. So unless until it passes through the final state, it will not be available for publish. And you can have an introduction field. Then save it. So you have a basic blog available. But if you go and reload the home page, even though I have saved it, it's still not available in the latest blog. On the other hand, it was supposed once it is published, it is supposed to be shown here. Now, if you go and reload the workbox, you can see you have an item in the draft state. So this is the test blog that we just created. Let's just submit it. That means the reviewer is happy with the content and it has now gone to the awaiting approval state. So ideally, all these states will be available to different persons who have access to these particular states. But since I am an admin, I have logged in as an admin, I have privilege to access all this content. And let me go and just approve the test. Once it is approved, and if I go to that content which I've just created, let me try publish. So you see, so the test block has come up after crossing all the steps that have been included in the workflow. So that's all about workflows. Let's move into a final topic, which is about third-party integrations. Now, if you believe that your site needs a third-party entity to be integrated, you can think of it while migrating, because this is one chance where you can review what all you have missed in the current solution and look for it. The possibilities for integrating Sitecore with other systems are virtually unlimited. For say, if you want to integrate CRMs like Salesforce, we have modules called FuseIt, which is available in Sitecore's marketplace. Sitecore is a rich platform with extensive integrations that preserves the connected experience for the next emerging channel. Whether you want to add a capability for commerce, deeper social integration, advanced search capabilities, language translation, and more, Sitecore extends easily to suit your environment. Equally, if you want to connect additional data sources such as CRM systems, Sitecore makes integrations easy. It's got CRM connectors, which help you integrate with customer relationship management for a single conversion that drives towards conversion. Sitecore offers built-in connectors to save your time and effort. We also have social starter kits, which elevates and enhances the customer experience with social engagement across the entire customer lifecycle. Sitecore has the capability to connect and collect and connect social integration with your prospects and personalize content in other channels based on the insight that we have collected from the social media. And you have an app center that extends the Sitecore experience platform with pre-integrated experience management apps just made for marketing. The Sitecore App Center is a portal within your Sitecore implementation that lets you sign up for various apps that deliver specific services. Unlike shared source apps or apps that require heavy integration effort, apps from the Sitecore App Center are fully supported and ready to go with a few clicks. So that's all about the topic, and let me just hand over to Abhilash.
Well, thank you, Abby. It was a pleasure having you on board. And now it's the time for the question and answer session. We are ready to address your questions. You can type in your questions using the question feature on your GoToWebinar interface. Now we have our first question coming in. So our first question is, can we create a custom workflow?
Yes, we can create custom workflows as I showed you on the. I showed you few of the ready-made workflows that are available with Sitecore. They're just ready-made, which comes with the Sitecore. But yes, you can create one. I can show you. You just need to go into the content editor. You can actually delete all the workflows that comes out of the box, and you just go and create your own workflows. There you go. You can create your own workflows on the go. Yeah.
Okay, so we have our next question. Can we integrate Dynamics workflows?
Yeah, talking about third-party workflows that are available, you can integrate dynamic workflows. You have modules that are available within Sitecore marketplace, so it's kind of integration. So yes, it is possible with the help of that module from Sitecore marketplace.
Well, thank you, Abhi. We have our next question. Where can we get connectors or integration tools with which we can connect to CRM systems or any other third-party integration?
Like I said, you have Sitecore's App Center. So if you log into the Sitecore's App Center, you have many integration tools which are available. Not integration tools, the connectors that you need to connect, and you also have a Sitecore's marketplace from where you can get all these connectors from. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it. So thank you, Abby, and thank you all. That is all the time we had, and we look forward to your presence in the upcoming webinars. Please look forward for the follow-up mail that will alert you on the on-demand status of the webinar so that you can review any material that you missed, or you can simply go over again. Finally, a small request, we would like each one of you to remain with us for a few more moments in order to complete our 4-question exit survey. And any further queries will be taken offline. Reach us at our social media, or you can simply drop us a mail at webinar@suyati.com. That's WEBINAR, webinar@suyati, SUYATI.com. So that brings to the end of our webinar. On behalf of Abby and our entire team at Suyati Technologies, thank you for joining us and taking time to attend our webinar. Have a great day. Thank you.